Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, home of the Maryland Terrapins. Fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the Snake Pit. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the Snake Pit. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Maryland Terrapins. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Badgers will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The offense lining up for a first down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes a grab over the middle. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The Terrapins getting set on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Here's the handoff. Tackle is made after the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And the Terrapins are rolling down the field. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to find his man on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab, it's well. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The lone back's got it. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Getting some heat. Firing to the right, complete. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
His drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Holds and fires complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on 1st and 2nd down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
They're about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got his man. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Really nice job there with the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He makes the grab. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And they've moved closer and closer, and still they need 2 yards, 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And down he goes back into 3.
Well, here's an interesting decision. It's early in the game. Do you want to be aggressive and try to seize momentum and go for this? Or do you just take the field goal and take the points?
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. And this one splits the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense set on 1st down. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass, it's Ferguson. Swings it out to the flat. At the 35, he's open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Wisconsin quarterbacks always know their role. Sometimes they got to make the big plays, from a Darrell Bevel to a Russell Wilson.
And knowing your role means knowing that you're going to hand the football off a lot, and you're going to be a play-action team and pick and choose your spots. But it won't be an offense with Wisconsin that it's opening up. It's throwing the football 30, 40 times a game.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Brings up second down.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Now on the move. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Maryland 3, Wisconsin 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll ride the hot hand. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. And he intercepts it. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Movement here from the tight end. He'll try the left side. Just buried it. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Now the play fake. He looks that one in nicely. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Terrapins will have it 1st and 10. With jet sweep pass. Breaks the tackle. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes. And he just got the on Wisconsin call and went on into the backfield to pick up the sack.
Yeah, jumping around on quarterbacks in the backfield. Really good job getting upfield, playing aggressive, playing like their hair's on fire. Wisconsin linebackers do that year after year.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Maryland 3, Wisconsin 0.
The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Back to throw, it's Ferguson. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. He's got great speed. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy completion. At the 45 on his way. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that, take a shot down the field, and don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He says a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their veins, and you saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's got him in the flat. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Maryland!
I love running backs that have a nose for the ball, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with 2 points.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Boston College stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Chestnut Hill. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Looking downfield, it's Ferguson. They're bringing heat. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Lofts one high indeed. He's got it down the right side. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Badgers with the 1st and 10. Grabbed in the middle, it's Burns. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Give him 6. Touchdown, Badgers!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on what's likely the final play of the half. They go to the ground. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On second down, he'll fire. Now improvising. Looking for his man in the middle. The receiver was doubled and they picked it off. Taking it the other way. Obliterates him, still on the move. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
First half, with the score, Maryland 10, Wisconsin 7.
And the Terrapins will kick it away to crank up the second half. Signal goes into the air, and he makes the fair catch at the 10. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the second half.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Just feeds the running back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
It's first down from the 37-yard line. He's looking to throw it. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
On the move. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Oh, it looks as if... And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
The Badgers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. Pulled down after a pickup of 6, but he gets it inside the red zone. It's down at the 15.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
On third down, going up top. He's got the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have a tight end like that guy that can come up with plays for you all over the field? We just saw the big third down catch. He set him up here in the red zone. I like going back to him, maybe lining him and flexing him outside, getting a one-on-one opportunity for him to use his size advantage.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Brings up second and goal.
Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Using his feet. Touchdown, Wisconsin! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Number 3.
That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Maurice. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. To the ground with the back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Badger! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Quarterback will audible. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking to buy time. Lets it fly. He's got an open man. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Looking to go up top on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Nice job getting to the QB there. And the best Wisconsin defenses always seem to have a game breaker and a difference maker. This guy can be that for this unit. But you think back to the Watt brothers, right? TJ, JJ, nobody could block those guys one-on-one, and they just ruined coordinators' game plans offensively.
Good timing on the quick out.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Brings up 2nd down.
That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. Back to throw, it's Morrison. And it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Looking for room at the 40. The expressway is wide open. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the 2nd level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
They'll try the right side. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Wisconsin 21, Maryland 10.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, it's a simple design there, guys. Just RPO. QB gets it out of his hands quickly, trying to attack the left side there in the flat. They're just not able to come up with it.
And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Ferguson. Quickly complete. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
20. Third down coming.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the field goal unit is on the field. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. You got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy, you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his man down the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it, and they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
3rd and long situation. They tried to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Middle Tennessee made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing in Murfreesboro. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. This offense has a 2nd down play. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's back to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Caught near the sideline, it's Wells. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
He wants to pass it on second down. Moving out of the pocket. Now looking to throw back to the middle. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
He's got it on the right. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Calls his own number. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go.
Touchdown, Wisconsin! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
34, Maryland 10.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
And these are these moments as a defense, like, you're just trying to get out of the game. We're rotating, we're subbing, like, we've stopped them all game long. Like, they can run the football right here. The biggest thing is the clock ticking, us getting out of here with the dub. And
can anyone catch him? Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
This guy is really unique. Top 5 in the country running the football right now, and I love the way this offense gets him involved. They're able to move him around a little bit. They change up the schemes, but the big key every week, get him the ball and let him go to work.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, it was not a good day. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Trying to surge it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Terrapin!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Looking for the 2-point try. snapped it in the shotgun. He's got it. Two-point conversion is good. Just a couple of possessions down, so there is some hope. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first.
And he makes the catch inside the 20. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it